Okay, Algebra 1, here is the quiz review for your quiz that you're going to have tomorrow. I put the first 12 answers on here for Danielle since she wasn't there today. So I'm just going to run through these real quick, and if you have any trouble solving any of these, Danielle, just send me a text or an email and I will be more than happy to help you. Number 1 is no, because if you were to solve the equation or plug in 3 for the x's, you would get 13 equals 17, which is not true. Or you could solve the equation and find out that x actually equals 7, not 3. So there's two ways to solve that one. You didn't have to do number 2. Number 3 is 21. 4 is 5, 6. 5 is 2.5 or 2.5 or 5 over 2 or however you want to write it. 6 is a equals 20. 9, x equals 7. 10, x equals negative 3. 11, x equals 6. And 12, x equals negative 6 over 7. And on that one, you would end up with negative 18 over 21, and you just need to reduce it. That's all you have to do on that one. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start on number 17. I'll start solving these. So what you really should have done is you want to make sure you've already solved all of your equations that are left, and then you can check your answers as I'm going through them. So that'll be a better way for you to figure out if you got the right answers and understanding it. All right. And first of all, this probably will take 2 videos. I've only written up to number 24 right now because I have a feeling these are going to be kind of long. So the first thing we're going to do here is I'll draw the line, is we're going to move the smaller x. So that means I'm going to move this 5x. So I do that by taking it away. So I'll do that here, and then I'm going to come over here and take the 5x away from here. That gives me 5x on this side, minus 17, and then just a 3 is left on this side. Now I want to get the x by itself, so I'm going to add the 17 from here, cancel that out, add 17, and I get 20 equals 5x. Now I just need to divide by 5, and x equals 4. So moving on to number 18. Here I am going to draw, okay, number 18, I'll just draw my line. I'm going to move my 3y over to the left side this time because it's smaller. That cancels that out, so I put minus 3y under here. I now have 9y minus 1 equals 2. Now I can add my 2, and I end up with 9y, or not 2, sorry, didn't mean to do that. Thinking ahead. Add 1 to both sides, that cancels that out. Add 1 here, and I get 9y equals 3. Now I would divide by 9 on both sides. And 3 divided by 9 is not 3, so what we would do is we would divide them both by 3 and get 1/3. So y equals 1/3. Moving on to number 18 the second. We had 2 number 18s for some strange reason. I'm going to first get my x's together, so I'm going to move this 2x that's on the right side over to the left side. Since it's a negative 2x, I'll add 2x to both sides. So I'll put 2x under here. You know what will be easier? Let's do this, because negative 6 is actually smaller than negative 2. If I say plus 6x, that cancels that out. And if I write plus 6x under here, I end up getting 16 equals 4x. Then I can just divide by 4. Saves me a step. And x ends up equaling 4, because 16 divided by 4 is 4. Alright, if you did decide to move the 2x, you would add 2x to both sides, and that would leave you on this side over here with a 0. And then you'd have to move the 16 to the right side, and then you would have dividing by negative 4. So I think it's easier just to move the smaller, the variable with a smaller coefficient. Alright, so here's number 20. Looking at my x's, I see that negative 7x is smaller, so if I add 7x to both sides, I end up with, that leaves me with a negative 5 over here equals 11x plus 50. Now I can subtract 50 from here. Subtract 50. I have 11x equals, and signs are the same here, so add, keep the same sign. I get negative 55. Divide by 11. Divide by 11. And x equals negative 5. So that's the answer there. And remember, you can always slow down and pause it and see my work after it's paused to see if you have gotten it right. All right, number 21. So here the first thing I need to do is I need to get rid of this parentheses. So I'm going to distribute my 3. Move this down a little bit so I don't pause it. 3 times 2x and 3 times the negative 1. So it's 6x, and you're just distributing a positive 3, so that gives you positive 6x, and then positive 3 times negative 1 is negative 3, equals negative 27. Now I would combine my like terms, and that would give me 12x minus 3 equals negative 27. Now I can, well, I'll go ahead and draw my line, kind of a crooked line, or it's not a line, it's a curve. So I have that. I have 12x equals negative 24. Now I want to divide by 12 to get my x alone, and I have x equals negative 2. So there you go. Moving on to, I'll erase that line. Number 22, switch colors. I'm going to distribute my positive 2, so I'm going to bring the 5 down, and 2 times x would be just 2x, and then 2 times positive 1 would be positive 2, equals 13. So all I did was just did that, and then did that. Okay, now I combine my like terms, which is 5 plus 2 gives us 7. 7 plus 2x equals 13. Now to get my x by itself, subtract 7 from both sides. Gives you 2x equals 6, divide by 2, and I end up with x equals 3. Okay, 23. Alright, here I'm going to distribute the 5 and the 10. So I'm going to go 5 times 3x and then 5 times negative 20. So 5 times 3x is 15x, 5 times negative 20 is negative 100. And then distribute the 10 over here, 10 to the x, and then 10 to the negative 4, and you get 10x minus 40. Okay, now I'm going to combine like terms. On this side we have x plus 15x, which gives us 16x. So 16x minus 100 equals 10x minus 40. Alright, so now I'm going to move this 10x over. Let me draw my line again. There we go. We'll pretend that's a line. Subtract 10x here, and then take away 10x there, and I have 6x minus 100 equals negative 40. Add 100. Add 100, and I end up with 6x equals 60. Negative 40 plus 100 is positive 60. Divide by 6, and I get x equals 10. There's the answer there. Here's number 24. This is the last one on the front side, and I will do the ones on the back in a separate video. Okay, this time I have brackets I'm going to have to eliminate. So I'm going to first go inside my bracket and distribute the 2. So I'll do that here. So I'm going to leave the bracket just like it is, except in here I'm going to go plus 2x minus 6. That's a plus sign. Okay, and then over here I'm going to distribute this 11 to the 6 and the positive 2, and that gives me 11x plus 22. Now inside the bracket I'm going to combine the like terms, which are 4 and negative 6. So I'm going to have 7 minus bracket negative 2 plus 2x, and then end bracket, and then equals 11x plus 22. Okay. Now what I need to do is I need to distribute the negative sign right here by pretending it's a negative 1. Not pretending, just changing it to negative 1. There, and we're going to distribute it to there and to there. So I have 7 plus 2 now, minus 2x, equals 11x plus 22. 7 plus 2 is 9. 9 minus 2x equals 11x plus 22. Now I'm going to add the 2x because negative 2 is smaller than 11. Add the 2x there, add the 2x here, and I have 9 equals 13x plus 22. Is that the same thing I got? Yeah, okay. Subtract 22 from here, subtract 22 from here. 22 minus 9 is 13, and so it would be negative 13 over here, yeah. equals 13x.